So Joe Biden right now and the Democratic Party are trying to push through the IRS thing. You hear about that? Yeah, they want to hire a shithouse full of IRS people, and for every transaction over $600, the banks or credit unions have to report that to the federal government, the IRS. So if you get a Social Security check, they have to report that. If you pay your rent, they have to report that. If you receive a check for anything for over $600, the bank's got to report that. So if you have a business, every time that you make money, you have to report that. And then when you spend, if you give somebody a payroll check for 600 plus, you got to report that. So, and then his bank's got to report that he received 600 plus. And then when he pays his rent, it's 600, he has to report that. So the IRS is going to get all this extra data. So think about that for a minute. You won't have any privacy. And I'm not saying you're cheating, or I'm cheating, or anybody's cheating. This has nothing to do with it. It's about Big Brother's watching you now, and now they're going to be watching every little dime you make. If they think you're cheating, why not audit you? Well, why start looking at every little transaction? Anyway, so now think about that. I have Chase Bank. So Chase Bank every month is going to have from me 20, at least 20 things that are over $600 in and outs. I'm one person. Then my wife, and then all the other business partners that go to that Chase Bank. So just think of how many transactions that's probably going to be a month. Who's going to do that? The computer? The computer's going to tally up and send reports to the IRS? The bank's going to need people to do that. So instead of a $12 fee every month, it'll probably double to $24 every month, and have an extra charge on everything that's over $600 to help offset any charges. So think about that. Now, how many Americans are using bank accounts? How many transactions is that going to be going to the IRS? So the IRS, imagine how many transactions they're going to receive a day. How much data that is. How's it going to handle that? Let's hire more people. 50 to 60,000 more, like they said. So you're going to hire 60,000 people at $1,000 a week. That's a lot of money. And the bank's got to hire people, or the bank will probably go out of business. Because a lot of people will say, I'm not going to put any of my money in the bank now. I'll just keep it in my safe, or I'll buy a safe, or I'll find a safe, or I'll buy a bigger mattress so that I don't have to get those charges. It's not about cheating. It's about paying charges. If I told you how many charges I have a month for this and that and road use taxes and all the stuff on the stuff I pay, you'd be nuts. And now I'm going to have another income, another problem that I have to pay out. More money from my bank. More money from my personal account. Because that's double. I receive money from my truck. My truck pays me. So that's one in transaction, one out transaction. And then I pay for fuel. I pay for, Jesus freaking Christ. And my fuel is always $600 to $1,200 a week. So that's going to hit a couple times, But just think of all the data that's going to go to the IRS. How are they going to handle that? Well, we're going to get 60,000 people. So let me see. Let me calculate that real quick. Okay. So that's $60 million more to cover this extra data. And that's just to say that's for having 60,000 more IRS agents. So now I'm pretty sure that the IRS's computer system can't handle this extra flow of information. So let's call up Jim's programming service and spend $20 million or $250 million to upgrade our program to handle this data flow. And then we're going to, who's going to pay that? The government doesn't pay for anything. You got to get this through your head. You got to stop thinking, well, the government's got to pay for that. No, the government don't pay for shit. You, me, we pay. So this $60 million extra for these 60,000 people, we have to pay. It's going to be rolled into something we're doing, somewhere our taxes or somewhere. Something's going to pay for that, and we're going to pay for this new program for the IRS. And then maybe the bank's going to charge me for probably every what they'll probably do is every transaction that's over 600, there's a fee, $2 fee, or it'll be something. So if you're doing 20, if you're doing 100 transactions a month, you're 20 times $2. So that's an extra expense. So just think what this means. I mean, this is, and it's just the idea that it's not about, for me, it's not about cheating. You can check my books, come check them. Every time I turn around, there's going to be a big eyeball watching me. It's bad enough, I'm sure, I got the federal government watching me, the DOT watching me, I got the scale house watching me, I got the state troopers watching me, I got my company with performance issues watching me. Everybody's watching me. I don't get to watch nobody. Everybody's got their hand out. Give me. Or we're going to watch you. Probably that clock behind me will have a camera in it. That way they want to see what I'm doing. It'll come to that. Why not? I mean, I'm looking in the camera right now. How do I know that when I'm not on here, on the air right here, that camera's not watching and reporting to the IRS or somebody? What are we going to do about it? I mean, everybody wants this on the Democratic side. Why? Think about this, Democrats. Now, this message is for you. So I hope the Republicans don't hear what I got to say. You want to come after me, the small guy. But that means also you're going to be looking at these poor people too. Because they receive Social Security checks, they receive stuff, checks. So every time they receive something, cling, send the data. So when Herman is selling dope on the corner, we're going to catch him too but see, they don't care about him. Even though he's going to have all kinds of money coming back and forth. They don't care. They care about me, the working guy. I'm the guy you should be trying to take the burden off of. The more I make, the more I can pay taxes. Or you can tag on another freaking tax on my truck somehow. You ain't gonna be tagging on too much. I ain't too much longer I can hang on to this stuff. As soon as my insurance company rolls that $2 million policy at me, I'm throwing it in. I'm gonna throw it in. I'm gonna be just like the guy that lives in the ghetto. I'm gonna go on welfare. I'm gonna just Social Security, and I'm just gonna sit back. I'll let them come take my pickup truck. They can have my boat. They can have all that stuff. I don't care. And then we'll see how much taxes I pay. I'll be standing at every church that's sending out food. I'll have nothing else to do, so I might as well go hang out at the church and see if I can't get some free food. But it's a harassment on the American taxpayers. Are you going to catch the rich? Just think of how many transactions they're doing a day. So what I was going to say about you Democrats, now remember, we're going to be watching you too. Because they better not make that frickin' the computer where it says, are you a Democrat? If you're a Democrat, we're not going to report your transactions. That'll get somebody shot. Because what goes on for me has got to go on for everybody. So, Schumer and the rest of you idiots, we're going to be looking at your transactions too. I know, I didn't do nothing wrong. Sure you do. You're buying pictures from Hunter, and he can't even draw. Where's his money going? It's going to show all that. Because it's going to be reported directly to the IRS. It's not like once a year I'm going to fill out this paperwork. Oh, yeah, here's my taxes for the end of the year. Here's my taxes. The IRS is going to be looking. Oh, where'd that $1,200 go? Where'd that $1.2 million go? Why did it go to China? So think about that, Democrats. It's on you too. It's going to be on the Republicans. It's going to be on everybody. Black Lives Matter. You too. You're in it. You're buying houses, millions and millions of dollar houses from money that you're taking from people who think your cause is something good. But that's another video. So think about it. They're going to empower the IRS to sit next to me every time I'm by my computer or I'm going to handle anything to do with my money. I'll have like an agent sitting right here. Hey, can you help me out here? Oh, I'm just watching. And he's writing it all down. I got to call Biden when we're done. Okay, go ahead. I just paid $1,200 fuel, so that's more than $600. Go ahead. Tell him I just paid fuel for my truck. Oh, by the way, there's a $600 charge for a tow truck that just towed my truck out of my yard. Oh, and the new computer, that's $1,700 plus $350 to flash it. So that's $2,000 for an ECM. Oh, there's a mechanic involved. So you get an extra charge when I pay the mechanic. I don't know where all this money's coming from. Anybody out there want to lend me some money? Say $5,000, so I can get my truck back on the street. Today's Thursday, so I've been down all week. So that's $4,000 down plus the repair. There'll be all kinds of transactions triggering here. One of them might be a bankruptcy. So go ahead, Republicans. Democrats, go ahead. And the Republicans, and Mitch McConnell, traitor, go ahead, pass that damn thing so the IRS will sit next to me and you. And I'm very proud of you all. Because let's pick on the people who are working. Because the people that are working, you think of the rich. Let me look at the statistics real quick. There's 5.91 million individuals in the United States that has assets of at least $1 million. So there's 5.91 million individuals. So let me do some math. Let's do a math quiz. So if we got 330 million people minus 5.9 million, we got 324 million people that pay taxes or are listed on taxes. I know there's children there, so you got 5.9 million people that are rich. So that IRS trigger is going to be mostly people that are not millionaires. Figure that out. 5.91 million people have at least $1 million. So when you say that this is to go after the rich people, I don't care how much money these rich people have. They don't they don't have the money that 324 million people have. So this IRS burden is going to be on those 100 million people. And think about it. If they had one income and paid out rent, that's 2 transactions, that's 200 million transactions. 200 million transactions. And that's bare minimum. I know it's going to be 100 times that. But think about that, how much, so you're telling me that you're going to go after the rich people, the 5.9 million people, versus 100 million households? Not happening. You're targeting the taxpayer, the working taxpayer, not the rich guy, the taxpayer. Good luck with that. Now, I hope every one of you senators that vote for that shit, if they pass that, good luck with that. Because the first thing I'll do is just to aggravate you, I'll close my bank account. I'll have people send me a check, I'll go cash it, and I'll keep money in my underwear. Because they ain't gonna be in there long, so keep in my underwear in case you want to come and stiff me. Anyway, it's a shame that what this country's coming to. It's coming to a communist thing. You might as well just not get a paycheck, and all your money goes into the government, and then I order food. I don't need money. I order food, and then they deduct it out of the computer, and they say, you could call. Hey, IRS, I'm just curious how much money I have in my account. Oh, I'm overdraft? Okay. Why have money if I can't control it? If every dime I make comes in and goes out, what do I need? Why not just send it directly to the government? Let the government pay all that shit. If I'm not making enough, maybe the government could give me a raise. Be one place I could at least try and get a raise. As an owner-operator in a company that owns its own stuff, I can't go to nobody and say I need a raise. If I go to my customer and say, you know what, I got to do a rate increase, I'll say, F off. We'll call somebody else. So good luck with that. IRS, in my bed. Just to have somebody to talk to. I'd rather just talk to Siri, but do what you got to do. But remember, Democrats, we're going to be watching you too. I need to get involved with the FOIA. I need to start sending FOIA stuff around and start making reports on you guys. I want to know every time you got where it goes. I think I'll do that starting with that traitor, Mitch McConnell. Anyway, peace, love. The IRS will be watching you.